Welcome to the Horse Talk Show.
You never heard of a talking horse?
With your host, Louisa Barton.
I want to be a famous rider. I should like to race.
Presented by Peterson and Smith Equine Hospital.
Truth is, I help horses with people problems.
Now here's the Brit on the bit, Louisa Barton. Yeah, baby.
The Larson family has been farming hay in Idaho for generations with a mission to always provide high-quality hay products at a fair and reasonable price. Larson Hay loves to meet new customers while always honoring the ones they already have. Find Larson Hay on the web at larsonhay.com, like them on Facebook, and definitely visit one of their locations. Larson Hay, Idaho's finest alfalfa, and our television broadcast sponsor. Thank you for joining us on the Horse Talk Show, presented by Peterson and Smith Equine Hospital and Complete Care. Thank you to Larson Farms, our broadcast sponsor, Idaho's finest alfalfa. We have a great show lineup for you today. We're going to have Dr. Cayot on with us from Peterson and Smith in the next segment. We've also got a wonderful interview with Del Shields and Brenda, also from the Heart of Florida Youth Ranch. And we're going to have Megan Moore, a DAC rider, DAC Vitamins and Minerals, who's going to join us and talk us a little bit about cutting. And then we are going to close out the show for this week. So it should be a great lineup. Dr. Cayot's going to talk a little bit about some diseases that we need to be concerned about from around the farm, whether it's from wildlife or from domesticated animals that we have on the farm and concerns there, what sort of diseases that we need to look out for with our horses. So got a few announcements and some news to start off with. Coming up on March 9th, I cannot say enough about this Equine Industry Expo. My daytime job is with the Chamber and Economic Partnership here in downtown Ocala, and I am actually the director of the Equine Initiative, and this event on March 9th is part of the Equine Initiative presented by Piranha, but this specific event is brought to you by Miller & Sons Plumbing. And Miller & Sons Plumbing, I cannot say enough about them as far as their support of our equine events that we do to help the equine industry, getting our young people, our youth into an interest in all of the opportunities that are available in the equine world here in the horse capital is absolutely fantastic. Being able to do this event on March 9th in downtown Ocala at the Ocala Downtown Market. Thank you very much to Lynn and Dawn for helping us there. And Tamara, especially Tamara, for all of her tireless effort in helping to put this together. We're going to have food trucks, farriers, a horse breed expo in a barn by Fredericks Equestrian International. We're also going to have an equine dentist here doing a demo. We're going to have some horse trainers and breeders, some veterinarians. We're going to have people to talk to you about their careers. We're also going to have the wonderful Sylvia Zabini here to do a demo with her Arabian in the round pen. We're also going to have Hall of Fame jockey Jacinta Vasquez, who rode Ruffian, and the only jockey to beat Secretariat twice, here available to sign your autograph on whatever item you might like. We're going to have a teaching area brought to you by Showcase Properties of Central Florida. We're also going to have some wrapped vehicles here, some equipment from Everglades. We're also going to have Brookledge dropping off the horses for the breed exhibit for us. We're also going to have carriage rides brought to you by Larson Hay. Those will be David Helmuth and his Clydesdales and his beautiful red hitch. And he's going to give free rides. Thank you very much to Larson Hay for that. And lots of demos, lots of vendors, lots of opportunities to learn about how wonderful the equine industry is and all those that are involved in it. Some of the top names will be here. Again, 12 to 7 from 12 to 7 on March 9th, and that is a no charge for admission event. So the only things that you would pay for is if you wanted to buy from our vendors or if you wanted to buy from the food trucks. So we certainly hope you'll come down and enjoy this event. Also, very excited that on March 5th at the Florida Horse Park, which of course we love the Florida Horse Park and our involvement with them. wonderful 500-acre facility there on March 5th will host the first Florida Steeplechase. That's going to be a wonderful event with tailgating, some VIP tables, a hat competition in the afternoon that I will be judging. So you must wear a hat or a fascinator so that I can judge and choose the best one. And again, that is at the Florida Horse Park on March the 5th. Certainly hope you'll come and join us for a lot of fun for that event. Sadly, there are some health issues going on in the Rivera family. Jenna Rivera has reached out for some help, and the Florida Horse Park has jumped in to help with a superhero 5K run for the Rivera family. All funds from this will go to the Rivera family for these health concerns to try to help them. It is a $25 participant fee. Groups are welcome. And just because you can't do a 5K run, you can always walk one. Or you can just try to sponsor by making a donation to this event, even if you can't actually attend. And that is going to be on May the 8th. And again, that is at the Florida Horse Park. So thank you to them for helping. Want to say happy birthday to Silver Charm today, the 1997 Kentucky Derby and Preakness winner and Hall of Famer, Florida bred. Silver Charm, we got to meet him at Old Friends, and what a wonderful horse born on this day. Amazing horse indeed, Silver Charm was. Sadly for Florida, as he was a Florida bred, sadly for Gail Rice, who is an incredible small breeder who only bred 2 horses the year that this horse was born. So 50-50 odds for a run in the Derby. And look, let me say this. I'm not an anti-horse racing. I'm not anti the Kentucky Derby. I understand that in the world that we live in, they have to make decisions that we may or may not agree with, especially for the public to see that we're doing things right. And so I am not criticizing them in any way at all. I am simply saying that Medina Spirit was a heck of a racehorse. And prior to the Derby, he proved that being eligible to be in the Derby. And he was proven by lab testing that the betamethasone that was found in him was from a cream or ointment, not from an injection, which means he legitimately did win the Kentucky Derby, and he ran a heck of a race. He went on to prove himself in the Travers and in the Breeders' Cup Classic, only running second to the top horse in the world, Knicks Go. Hard to beat horse, Knicks Go, certainly, and an older horse than him. So, you know, hats off to Medina Spirit, who sadly passed away December 6th of 2021. And to us, here at the Horse Talk Show, he will always be the 2021 Kentucky Derby winner. I want to say congratulations to Brad Cox, who, of course, is now the winning trainer for that Derby with Mandaloon. But we here at the Horse Talk Show will always call our dear friend Medina Spirit, who we got to meet and love. And I shall proudly wear my navy blue jacket with Medina Spirit on it for the rest of my days. So he's greatly missed, certainly honoured in his incredible wins and in an amazing career and incredible life, just sadly much too short. So our prayers and thoughts go out to Gail Rice and the Bob Baffert team and everybody else in this, and I'm sure that we'll hear more. It'll be appealed and it will go on, but we're sad for the industry, sad for the horse, sad for the breeder, and if nothing else, we hope that Medina Spirit's name will go down at least as a horse who had an incredible career and maybe at least improved the public's view of racing. So that's never going to be quite the same without him. Unfortunately, we have had and heard about an outbreak of EHV in California. We've been monitoring that. Actually, Alan, a friend and sponsor of the show, actually has been out in California and has been monitoring that somewhat. And it's just another reason for me to say to you, Lip Chip LLC has come along at the very, very ideal time in a world where, you know, we have people crossing the country all the time to compete in different places. I cannot say enough that Lip Chip LLC, check them out, is the way to go. Easy to check a thermal temp, easy to find a horse on the showgrounds, and a really easy way to check a horse in and check all their medical records. So I only have to say about that, biosecurity is everything right now, and the health of our horses is of the utmost importance. We got to go to break. We're going to come back with Dr. Adam Cayot, and we're going to talk about wild animals and domestic animals and what sort of diseases we need to look out for. So stay with us on the Horse Talk Show. We'll be right back.
This show is brought to you in part by DAC Vitamins and Minerals of Florida. All horses need a solid immune system, excellent joint support, a healthy gut, and DAC has all the vitamins and minerals they need with the NASC stamp of approval. So like them on Facebook now, or go to feeddac.com. DAC, it makes a world of difference.
With over 70 years of collective experience in the horse industry, Lip Chip was built with integrity by horsemen for horsemen. Introducing the Chip Link system, powered by Lip Chip, where a 15-digit unique ID becomes a key to unlock not only identity, but also health paperwork, owner information, and even photos of each horse. So simple, even a child can do it. The future is here. The future is Lip Chip.
Enhance your horse's performance, fitness, strength, and rehabilitation with state-of-the-art equipment. ETI treadmills offer the finest European engineering, the highest quality filtration, and no chemicals are required. Follow Equine Therapy International on social media or at equinetherapyint.com. Equine Therapy International provides technologically advanced therapy for horses worldwide.
Hi, this is Hall of Fame jockey Mike Smith. You're listening to the Horse Talk Show.
Back on the Horse Talk Show, presented by Peterson and Smith Equine Hospital and Complete Care. Thank you to Larson Farms, our broadcast sponsor, Idaho's finest alfalfa. I'm Louisa Barton. I have a new friend, Megan Moore, here in the studio with me. She is a national, Megan, say it for me.
National Cutting Horse Association competitor.
There you go. She did it. I did it well on the break. What can I say? I did well. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Dr. Cayot is with us by phone from Peterson and Smith. Dr. Cayot, what date is it today?
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
2-2-2-2-2.
2.
Yeah.
2-2-2-2. Yes, it is. It's a lot of twos anyway on Tuesday. Lovely to have you back with us. Going to talk a little bit about both domestic and wild farm animals, and totally off topic, I have to say, because I thought of this earlier today. When I first moved into my house to get my loan, I had to have a well check, and my water actually came back as contaminated with E. coli, and I had to have it treated to pass the test to get the loan. Right. And I was fascinated by the fact that all they wanted me to do is just flush it with some bleach and not figure out where it came from or if it was going to come back, which means it only had to pass the test to get the loan. So I bought a system that cleaned the water, both for myself, my dogs, my horses, and then once a year or twice a year, because I live in an agricultural area, I take a water sample in and get it tested just in case something fails. So before I kind of start talking about animals, I just wanted to say how important that is in an area like Ocala, Marion County, where we have so many different farm animals and fertilizers and all sorts of things that could possibly get into our wells. So just, I think it's $27 or $30 something to take it in and have it tested. You can send online as well for tests to have water checked. But if you take it down to the city here, they'll test it for you for minimal amount of money. And I think it's so worth it a couple of times a year just to make sure that there isn't anything in it that your dogs, horses, cats, whatever, could be drinking. So just a note, something I thought of that could be a concern.
Definitely don't want to get E. coli.
No, that's a horrible thing. Yes, it is. Dr. Cayot, talk to us about some animals that carry some not very good things for horses, and what can happen and what we should look out for.
Right. Well, I mean, all different kinds of farm animals and wild animals can carry all sorts of things. I mean, there's a myriad of things from E. coli, salmonella, leptospirosis. You can have rabies. Rabies, you got to think about that's always something. We always have a case or two of rabies confirmed in either typically it's raccoons or bats or any of those things in Marion County. We every year we have one or two, and so hygiene is obviously the best thing you can do. Certainly if you have chickens and that sort of thing, you don't want the horses mingling around their droppings and all that and getting there to eat all that. Chickens can be great to have around, and they're fun, and eggs, and they can actually help with, they pick through the horses' piles and things, and that actually can help with worm burden on the fields and worm burden around the farm, because they spread it open and get it exposed to sun. But certainly if you have leptospirosis, that sort of stuff's passed in urine. If you have animals that are urinating where your horse is drinking or eating, that can come in. That lepto can cause one of the main things that it causes is uveitis, so the horse can go blind from that. Right. And so that's obviously a concern that you want to avoid. Now, I'm saying all these things. All this stuff is not common. Obviously, there's a bunch of farms out there that have multiple animals on the farm: chickens, pigs,
right.
sheep, whatever, and it doesn't happen all the time, but those are just things that you have to be aware of and kind of put in the back of your mind. So
yes, and pigs can carry a number of things as well. I love pigs. I think they're adorable, but I know they can have some terrible messy pigsties. It's what I used to call my kids' bedrooms, a pigsty, and there was a reason.
So, honestly, like cleanliness or being as clean as you can and cleaning up those areas so that the horses are not, passing through, eating off of, where the pig's using to go to the bathroom and that sort of thing. So, all that's important. And if you can keep your animals separate as best you can, that's always helps with all that.
Right. And then the big one, of course, is the opossum.
Yeah, so that's the other one, the possum, the good old possum. I mean, possums are great. They do help with a lot of things. They eat stuff that most other animals wouldn't be able to live with. Right. But they clean up, but the main thing that the possum passes is the bacteria that causes EPM. Right. So possum passes that. Armadillos pass that down here in Florida. And so those can be obviously problems. I'm trying to think. I want to say I thought I heard that they found it in raccoon dung as well.
Really?
But don't quote me on that.
Okay.
But certainly possums and armadillos are for sure culprits as far as spreading that protozoa.
Yes, they're awfully cute, but especially raccoons. But EPM can be really, really terrible, and horses can actually have EPM and have flare-ups of it again. Is my understanding. So that's right. EPM is not a good one to have to deal with. Anyone who's ever had to deal with EPM knows that can be terrible. That can be
it can be a devastating. It can be a devastating illness, and one that you can have lingering effects for a long time.
For a long time,
but. You can't put these things in bubbles and let them go around, and it good luck trying to keep a possum out of running through your field and pooping in it. It makes it hard. But those are just some of the bullets that are flying out there in the barnyard. that are aiming right for your favorite steed. So,
yes, and horses that tend to be more susceptible to things that cows and sheep and pigs are not so susceptible to. So horses, we sometimes feel we need to keep them in a bubble.
Absolutely. But don't forget about rabies. Rabies is a deal, and horses, horses do get rabies, and it is a bad deal if that happens. It's very easily, rabies vaccines are cheap. Yes. One of the cheapest vaccines out there. They're extremely effective, and there's really no reason that your horse shouldn't be vaccinated at least against rabies. Number two reason is they can if they get it, pass it along to you and that sort of thing. So it's one of those zoonotic diseases we talked about before on the program.
Rabies is another terrible disease.
If you've ever seen a horse with rabies, you never want to see it.
Exactly. I know. I thankfully never have, but I did watch it on All Creatures Great and Small, the James Herriot series, and it was awful. I just thought it was terrible. I never want to see that again. So, yes. Dr. Cayot, I want to thank you again so much for joining us and filling us in on some things just to be aware of. And obviously, if your horse starts showing any symptoms that are definitely abnormal, you want to have the vet out and be aware of what animals and wildlife you may have around, because that will certainly help the vet with the diagnosis. Thank you, Dr. Cayot, and we'll be back.
My pleasure.
In just a few minutes. Stay with us.
We're not going to be back.
Thank you to our presenting sponsor, Peterson & Smith Equine Hospital and Complete Care, and Larson Hay, our broadcast and television sponsor, plus supporting sponsors, DAC Vitamins and Minerals, Seminole Feed Stores, Piranha, TT Distributors, and the Hilton Garden Inn, downtown Louisville.
This show is brought to you in part by Seminole Feed Stores, family owned since 1934. Manufacturing fixed formula horse feeds with mindful monitoring and quality ingredients right here in Ocala in an all-natural, non-medicated feed mill. Seminole Feed, simply the world's best and safest feed. Like them on Facebook now or find them at SeminoleFeed.com.
Horses. Piranha! Oh no! Oh, the humanity! Oh, piranha.
Peterson and Smith Equine Hospital and Complete Care seeks to be a leading international veterinary practice that provides state-of-the-art veterinary care to their patients while fostering professional relationships with their clients that stand the test of time. For 24/7 and the best in equine care, check out Peterson and Smith at petersonsmith.com or like them on Facebook now for more information.
Hi, this is Hall of Fame jockey Mike Smith. You're listening to the Horse Talk Show.
I'm Louisa Barton for the Horse Talk Show and 97.3 The Sky and Equus Television. We're here at the Florida Horse Park. We're one of the media partners with the Florida Horse Park, and we certainly love this facility. The benefits of being on 500 acres in beautiful Ocala, the horse capital of the world, is a really, really big deal. And also what's a big deal is that I have, of course, wanted to trail ride for quite some time, since most of my listeners know I broke my neck on February 24th of last year. And I had my first trail ride, my first real trail ride today. And I can't think of a better person to ride with and on the pony horses of than Jackie Demerick. And I can't think of a better way to start trail riding again, except with Best of America by Horseback with Del Shields, the host of the show, who led us out on the ride today. And it was a wonderful experience. My day job is with the chamber, and we delivered chamber weather today out here at the Florida Horse Park. So let's talk to Del a little bit about the show, the ride today, and visiting Ocala. Del, it's lovely to have you back here with us.
It's good to be back. Y'all really laid out the carpet for us, and we're having a good time here. So you did a good job with the weather.
I did.
Thank you for that.
I worked hard on that.
Well, you delivered. The trail ride was absolutely wonderful. Having you with us means so much. You know, we've got to work together a little bit over the years since we were here 6 years ago.
Was it that long?
It's been that long ago. And so being back here with you and having you on the trail, and especially seeing you ride after the accident, means so much. So thank you for this being your debut for that. And we're glad to be a part of it.
That makes super special, doesn't it? Especially for me. You know, I rode my Mustang down the beach on New Year's Day, but it was kind of just a little stretch, and it was kind of brave. And I was doing it because I knew if worst case scenario, I'd hit sand or water. And my doctor said, you can't fall off. So today, Jackie Demerick brought her pony horse out for me, and we had just a wonderful ride. And that was my first real ride. I've been doing lots of like leg stretches and sit-ups and all that sort of thing to get myself ready for a long ride. But to do that today with you guys was really special for me.
Well, I don't know about you, but the horse for me is therapy. Even when I'm healthy, the horse is therapy. And so it's just great to be on horseback and to be in beautiful Marion County. Couldn't ask for more today.
I know, it's amazing. I'm glad you weren't here last week because it was like British weather.
That's what we left in Kansas to come down here. So we're glad that it's...
Tell us a little bit about Best of America by Horseback. It's been around for like 15 years. And for a long time, of course, Tom was the host and you were the co-host, did such a phenomenal job. And now that Tom has sort of semi-retired and you've taken over, tell us a little bit about kind of the future plans and where you want to take this. And I love the fact that you go to the best places in America to showcase what I call therapy, which is trail riding and being at one with your horse in a relaxed environment, which today was amazing for me. Actually, it gives me goosebumps because it was just such a good feeling.
Good. Louisa, we're in our 18th season with the show. I believe we're the longest running show on RFD TV, and we're blessed by that. But it's not so much about us. It's about what we're doing right here with the horses, the people that come and join us and bring their stories to make our story real. That's really what it's all about. And so for all of these years, it's just been a building process. And I can't believe that I'm where I am now, producing and hosting the show, and getting to do these things from my perspective now. It's a wonderful feeling. And we have big dreams for what we want to do. We want to enlarge the footprint of the various disciplines. And being here this weekend and seeing the hunter jumpers, the polo, all the things that are happening here at the park, just open that door. It's amazing.
I know. I think, one of the things I've noticed as places I've traveled around the country and around the world, that the mixing of disciplines doesn't happen. And actually, we were even in South Carolina recently, and they don't have that there either. In fact, they said the disciplines don't even like each other. But here, what we're actually finding is happening in the horse capital of the world, with wonderful places like the Florida Horse Park and World Equestrian Center, that we are actually finding that interaction between disciplines is happening. Trail riders, just like today, one of our most famous racehorse trainers in the country rode with us on her pony horse and brought her dog along. Those sort of things happen here in Ocala, the horse capital. And I think it's so important that we slowly bring us all together as a group of people who love horses and who see horses as either their hobby, their lifestyle, or even their income earner, or all three. But either way, being able to bring everybody together in trail riding, to me, in beautiful places, is just a win-win.
Trail riding, I think, for a lot of years has been kind of seen down here. But what's happened over the years is exactly what you're talking about. Seeing people at the highest level today ride the trails and enjoy the horse, enjoy nature, enjoy people. And those horses out there on the trail, they have to learn, just like any other discipline of horse, how to adapt, how to go across a land bridge, how to do the things that we do on the trails, and be ready for anything. Bicyclists, hikers, and different terrains. And so there is, in and of itself, a discipline for trail riders. And I think people are starting to understand that and enjoy it more, because we've all been cooped up a long time.
We have.
And we've been shut down. And trail riding is one of those things that we can go out and do in the wide open and really enjoy, and just share time together. And then when we get back, we can sit at the trailer and enjoy one another. And that's what it's really all about.
It really is. It's so therapeutic, I have to say, for sure. Now, I get a poem from you every week, and I love it. I would say what a talented guy you are. And also the singing career is amazing. We love your work. Tell us a little bit about that, and about Dell, and how that works so well with what you do with Best of America by Horseback.
Well, I love music, always have. I love poetry. And so I was able to blend those together. And then the way that I got involved with the show was I went and auditioned for a musical part for being with Tom on the show, and it worked out. And 18 seasons later, here we are. But through the years, I was able to come to these events, be involved with the horses, share my music and my poetry, and pull all of this together. And so the show allows us to do that. And I just sit down, and I love sitting down and writing a poem, and then sharing it with people who enjoy it. So it's just a part of me.
So where's next after Ocala, Marion County, the horse capital?
We're going to be going up to the Spirit of the Swanee when we leave here and do a show up there. And then after that, I have some private events that we're going to be filming. And so we have a really busy schedule for the spring. April and May, I'm going to pass myself going down the road. And that's okay, because we love doing this and getting to meet new people, get together with old friends. And so we have a lot of shows on our calendar, and we just keep lining them up. And so we're looking forward to a good year. Good year.
challenges facing you as far as obviously COVID? It's very difficult. A lot of events and people are still trying to get back on their feet. And then also just you taking over as the host of the show. Obviously, you learned a lot from Tom over the years. And any challenges that you're facing that you know you can just overcome?
You know, the COVID thing, I think, is going to take care of itself. We're all kind of getting our wits about us again, and it scared us all. But we're understanding it more, and people are protecting themselves in the way they need to and doing what they need to do. We're going to be okay. Greatest country in the world, and we're going to make it through this.
God bless the USA.
Amen.
Thank you. Del Shields from Best of America by Horseback. Love to be here. Love that my debut of trail riding was with this gentleman and his team. And Jackie DeMerick, thank you so much for bringing me the most perfect horse. Louisa Barton for the Horse Talk Show here at the Florida Horse Park with Best of America by Horseback.
Current equine microchips can migrate by up to 30%, causing difficulty when scanning. With over 70 years of collective horse industry experience, LipChip offers a new, more effective method of microchipping, partnering with veterinarians and technology experts to ensure humane and practical microchipping. LipChip was built by horsemen for horsemen. Nowadays, the performance horse industry is in need of both integrity and transparency. LipChip is the future of horse microchipping, with cutting-edge technology functional for every discipline. Find LipChip on social media, and for more information, lipchipllc.com. The future is here. The future is LipChip.
The Equine Industry Expo, presented by Miller & Sons Plumbing, is at the Ocala Downtown Market, Wednesday, March 9th from noon to 7 p.m. Meet a variety of horse breeds and equine industry professionals for demos by farriers, equine dentists, vets, techs, and horse trainers. With food trucks, vendors, new equine-related products, free carriage rides with the beautiful Clydesdales, and more. Join us for Equine Edutainment at its best, Wednesday, March 9th at the Ocala Downtown Market. For more information, go to the events calendar at ocalacep.com, part of the Equine Initiative presented by Piranha.
World-class equine rehab promoting faster recovery is available at the Equine Performance Center Ocala. Hyperbaric oxygen therapy, an underwater treadmill, a saltwater spa, an aquapacer, MagnaWave, a vibration plate, swimming pool, massage and laser therapies. With post-surgical care, memberships, packages and BOGOs, EPC delivers a rejuvenated horse through proven and innovative rehab. Like Equine Performance Center now on Facebook and find them on the web at epcrehab.com.
Debbie and George and the staff at Gentle Carousel Miniature Therapy Horses, one of the largest equine therapy programs in the world, take teams of tiny horses to visit thousands of adults and children inside hospitals and in hospice care. They visit with families, first responders, and veterans who have experienced traumatic events. This multiple award-winning 501c3 is celebrating over 25 years of service, bringing hope and peace to the bedsides of many, some who are in the final moments of life. For more information or to donate, go to gentlecarouselminiaturetherapyhorses.com. Like them on social media and help them make a difference that really counts.
Welcome back to the Horse Talk Show.
You never heard of a talking horse? Well, listen to this.
With your host, Louisa Barton.
What does it feel like to be in love with a horse?
Presented by Palm Chevrolet, your hometown Chevy experience.
Back in the saddle again.
Now, here's your pretty Louisa Barton.
You're fab. You're switched on. You're a bit of all right. Yes. Yeah, baby. Yeah.
The Larson family has been farming hay in Idaho for generations with a mission to always provide high-quality hay products at a fair and reasonable price. Larson Hay loves to meet new customers while always honoring the ones they already have. Find Larson Hay on the web at larsonhay.com, like them on Facebook,
and definitely visit one of their locations. Larson Hay, Idaho's finest alfalfa, and our television broadcast sponsor.
Back on the second half of the Horse Talk Show, presented by Palm Chevrolet, your hometown Chevy experience. Thank you to Larson Farms, our broadcast sponsor, Idaho's finest alfalfa. I'm Louisa Barton in the studio here with Megan Moore. We're going to talk a little cutting. She's a competitor and a serious one at that. We're going to talk to her a little bit. Then we are going to run a pre-recorded segment from the Heart of Florida Youth Ranch, talking to Brenda, the coordinator there. And then we're going to wrap up our last segment with Megan as well and talk some more. But the first thing I want to do, welcome to the show, is give you your goodie bag. And look, it's funny, it goes see-through when you hold it up on the green screen, yes.
Everything.
Yes, exactly. But this is a lovely little piranha goodie bag. We've got, which you already know because you already love piranha and you're already a piranha person, but lots of goodies for you to try in here. There's also some Nirvana goodies in here for you, in case you want to have a lovely facial. And there's also some lip chip goodies in here. I was telling you about lip chip on the break, which is totally makes sense in the cutting world.
Absolutely.
And some other little goodies. So that is your goodie bag from our sponsors for being on the show. I don't have any little goodies from DAC because we don't do samples of DAC supplements because obviously we know they work over a long time period. But I want to thank DAC because DAC was the one who actually shared your post about your recent win with Boone's, and that was how I was like, oh, she's a DAC person. We love that. So tell us a little bit to start with about kind of how you grew up right here in this area. Yes. You're a local. You sort of went away a little bit but came back, and you're glad you're back, and you manage Buckle, which we all love Buckle. Shout out for Buckle. Try and stay out of there because I know I'll buy everything, but now maybe I won't because I know you. I have to come in. Yeah, exactly. So tell us a little bit of background, you and horses growing up, or was it a later in life? Or
It definitely was. So I grew up in Williston, Florida, born and raised, and left for college and found my career and managed a little bit in the southeast area before I came back home with my now husband, who trains horses and has a training facility in Williston. But I actually didn't start out with horses. When I met my husband 6 years ago was when I sat on my first horse. So
really?
It is never too late to get started.
That's true.
I started out just like, he kind of Mr. Miyagi'd me, where I didn't get my spurs until a certain point. I washed horses for a very long time. I didn't really get thrown into it, but he has definitely taken so much time to groom me and train me into a competitor that I'm starting to be proud of and really excited about. And my success at this last show was how you found me and invited me on the show. So I'm so happy to be here and to talk to you a little bit about it.
Congratulations. That was really, really neat to see that. And by the way, your wedding was probably the prettiest wedding I've ever seen. Your photos were just... I don't know who did your wedding, but it was gorgeous.
Thank you. I mean, I pretty much planned it all myself. I'm a little bit of a control freak in that way. I would say it has to be perfect. So I planned majority of it, but Faith Morgan Photography in like LaBelle, Florida did my photos, and she did an incredible job.
Oh, they were beautiful.
Yes.
Gosh, your dress was beautiful. You and your husband both looked amazing. I mean, the whole wedding party was, it was amazing. I was like, wow.
It was an awesome day, but it goes by so fast. So for anyone who is getting married, the day of lasts about 5 minutes. So enjoy every second. Yes,
of the 5 minutes,
right.
Yes. Yeah, it flew by, I'm sure. So has your husband been in horses his whole life?
Yes, he is the third generation cutting horse trainer. So his grandfather still trains cutting horses, more performance horses, and Casey Moore Cutting Horses is his father, and still train out of the facility together. So it's like two for the price of one, which you can't really go wrong with. But and now Colby is starting Colby Moore Performance Horses, and we are so excited to get him started into what his passion is. He's a Florida State alumni, and he graduated college and was just like, gosh, I don't know what I'm going to do. Like kind of spitballed with a couple things, played around with a few things, and just I could tell nothing got him really excited until he started to have the opportunity to come home and train horses. And when you are passionate about something, you are going to be successful. And I think that is definitely shown through his passion for sure. His just recent and super fast success. I mean, just training for a year. So we're so excited to keep going, keep the momentum and the success going in the right direction.
So did you ever imagine you'd end up, first of all, riding horses, second of all, competing,
right,
and third of all, cutting?
Never, never. Well, so when I met Colby, I was into more performance with like pageants and modeling.
I saw you model, obviously. Yes. You should be modeling.
It was more of a hobby than an actual career choice for me. But so I didn't own a pair of jeans. I met him and I thought, we're probably not going to have anything in common, but free dinner's free dinner, right? So he took me to dinner and we sat down and I was like, gosh, I mean, we couldn't stop talking. Our waitress had to come and let us know. She had to count the money and lock the doors. So it was probably
those are good dates.
Yeah,
yes.
It was an hour past closing or so. So he walked me to my car, and I also didn't really apparently know what a Southern gentleman was until I met a cowboy for sure. Because I mean, doors opened, yes, ma'am. I also had no idea that a man is supposed to walk on the roadside of you if you're walking on the side of the road. So ladies, if
good
your man
tips.
Doesn't do that,
yes, good
make
tips
sure he
for
does.
Ladies, yes.
So I absolutely had no expectation of being where I am now, but I don't think I would ever change it. It is incredible. I don't know how I could wake up every day without a horse to go out to a barn to, for sure. Like, it has changed my life. And I mean, it's been so rewarding too. It teaches you so many life lessons just on responsibility and commitment and dedication for sure.
And you work for a great place to buy jeans.
Oh, absolutely. So now I have all the jeans.
All the horses, and the husband, all in the package.
It's a perfect combination.
So is he the one that taught you how to? He taught you how to ride, he taught you how to be a cutter?
Absolutely.
Wow, and that was 6 years ago, the first time you got on a horse.
Yes.
And then recently you got a new horse in the barn in December.
Yes, so he, our fraternity is like our Kentucky Derby in the cutting horse industry. And so he went away to the fraternity and was gone for about a month. November 7th to December 12th was when he came back. And the day he came back on December 12th, he purchased this horse from a client of ours. And I had no idea until I went out to show. And I start to walk into the arena and I hear the announcer say Megan Moore, showing Boone's Plan, owned by Colby Moore Performance Horses. And I look at my help and they're all gut busting laughing at me. The whole show is erupting in laughter because every single person there knew but myself.
But you.
But myself. So it was an amazing surprise for sure, because in those 6 years that Colby taught me everything and is still teaching me, I definitely have a lot more to learn. But I kind of popped around, rode different horses, whatever was available to me that our clients gratefully let me show. That was the experience I got. So there really wasn't a whole lot of learning feel for the same horse over and over again. So there wasn't a ton of consistency for myself, but
a lot of experience trying different horses, which is actually
so
good and bad. Like you said, you lose the consistency, but you also get a lot of experience. You get those miles on different horses, a different feeling.
You learn more about yourself as a rider rather than focusing on what your horse is doing, because you're adapting to a different mount every time you show or every time you practice. So I mean, riding multiple horses it teaches you different things too, because different horses have different habits that you might have to overcome or teach that horse to overcome. So
very true.
It definitely makes a huge difference, and that taught me a ton too. But with having Boones out in the barn has been so motivating. So I'm like, I want to go out and I want to ride my horse. And the one thing about any horse sport in general, but especially cutting, consistency and repetition is going to be the key to your success, 100%. Just by going out and constantly riding him, even if it's not working or anything like that, has made such a huge difference for sure. And I mean, I wouldn't trade it for anything. He has been my new favorite animal for sure.
That's so wonderful. Well, we want to congratulate you. I want to talk to you some more, especially about what DAC products you use, and we're actually going to have our final segment of the show. as well with Megan. So, I love the name, by the way. It's my daughter's name. It's spelled like my daughter, so that's good. But we're going to come back here and we're going to have a segment with Brenda from the Heart of Florida Youth Ranch. What a wonderful 501c3 that is. So we're going to share that with you, and then Megan and I are going to wrap the show up. We're going to talk a little bit about Dak, and it'll be the end already. It went so fast. Stay with us on the Horse Talk Show.
Thank you to our presenting sponsors of this half of the show, Palm Chevrolet and Larson Hay. Also, thank you to our supporting sponsors, Equine Therapy International, Nirvana Medical Spa, Equine Performance and Innovative Center, and Summit Joint Performance.
This hour of the Horse Talk Show is presented by Palm Chevrolet in Ocala, where the entire team is committed to making your experience in sales and service hassle-free and easier than ever with no games or gimmicks. Come in and visit on Southwest College Road or online at palmchevrolet.com. A second-to-none experience with all the amenities. Palm Chevy, find new roads.
Nirvana, Ocala's premier medical spa, is leading the way in great skin with all the newest in treatment options, offering prejuvenation for younger clients and rejuvenation for all ages. Nirvana knows you want to look your very best, but we've all seen people with the telltale signs of too much work. We want you to look like you, just better, brighter and younger, with all the newest and best in technology and all in the most beautiful surroundings. Like Nirvana Medical Spa on Facebook and find them on the web at nirvanamedicalspa.com. Become a better, brighter and younger you. Piranha, your trusted leader in insect control for 50 years. The official fly spray for World Equestrian Centre. From the strongest water-based equine spray in the blue bottle to the familiar and long-time favourite in the yellow bottle. Wipe and spray, we've got you covered. If you're looking for effective plant-based fly spray, then look for our Zero Bite in the green bottle. Check us out online at piranhainc.com. That's Pyranha, piranhainc.com, to learn more about Piranha's entire family of products. Piranha, it works.
Hi, this is Hall of Fame jockey Mike Smith. You're listening to the Horse Talk Show.
Hi, I'm Louisa Barton here at the Heart of Florida Youth Ranch for the Horse Talk Show and Equus Television. We're chatting with a couple of very important key people here in this program. Here with Dr. John Sweet, the Executive Director, and Brenda Curujo, the Program Coordinator. Going to ask them a little bit about what they do here. We're going to start with Dr. John Sweet. Thank you so much for having us here. It's wonderful to be here. We're actually here because one of our great sponsors, Brad Boland from Lip Chip, actually came to Lip Chip their horses today, so they'd be microchipped and safe and have all their health records that they need all in one place. And that's why we're here, so what a great opportunity to have a chance to chat to the staff. Doctor, tell us a little bit about what you do here.
Well, we are a 38-bed residential facility for what is termed at-risk children. And it is children that have been deemed to be at risk for human trafficking. And so we have children who have been abused, neglected, abandoned, exploited, and we work with them to get them prepared for the next step for them, which is going to be going back to a family member or their family, or to prepare them for foster care and adoption, if that's the route that it takes. And so we're here to just meet every need that they have, and we're excited to be able to offer the Equine program because it does so much to help the children settle and learn some very important life skills.
Horses are the best therapy of all, I'm quite sure.
Oh yes, it's just an amazing thing to watch the kids. Even when we're not doing a program, they'll walk out to the fence. And I particularly remember one day a young lady was going through a very difficult emotional season, and she came and she laid her head down on the fence, and she was crying, and a horse walked up and laid his head down right beside her. Aww. And it was just, you have that, they have that sense of what's going on, and it's an amazing thing.
That's incredible. Brenda, you're the program coordinator. Tell us a little bit about what your role, well, first of all, kind of a bit of your background, and then your role here with the kids.
I am a PATH international instructor, equine instructor, and I work with horses and kids with either disabilities or trauma before. And I'm blessed to be here at the Youth Ranch because in our equine program we teach them life skills and we teach them to trust again and to self-regulate through learning about their own energy and learn how to read body language so they can prepare themselves when they're going to talk to someone, and even communication. And the horses here are very, very calm. They can sense what the kids are feeling and they can communicate with the kids. I coordinate the program, I do the classes, I'm sure the horses eat, and we get sponsors and all the help from the community, which, it's a big help, and that's basically it.
And tell us, without mentioning any names, obviously, a couple of maybe experiences that you've seen with the kids, with the horses and the interaction, and some of the positive that comes out of that you've seen.
We have a kid that, in addition to having trauma from his experiences, he's also ADD, ADHD, and when he came here, he was very nonverbal, and he's been working with one of our horses continuously, and he's talking now, and he will talk to Junebug. It's amazing. He will talk to Junebug, like conversations. And we have a photo of one day Junebug putting her head on him like this, and they were just there. They had a moment of communication that has no price, like they say. And we have had another kid that she was going through a very difficult time, and the first day she went to her horse, the horse ran away, and she asked me, why did she run away? I said, because you have to learn about your body language and your emotions. You're very angry, and she was able to see. I said, let's meet with her, with the horse tomorrow. And she met with the horse the next day, and she came calm and in another mood, in another state of mind, and she was able to see the difference. So she's able to translate that into the people that she deals with. When she goes back to cottage, when she's in school, if she's angry, people will react to that. If she's calm and she can talk clearly, like she did to the horse that day, then people will react to that in a positive way. So those are like very, very clear, experiences I've seen with the kids and the horses.
That's wonderful. Now, as far as horsemanship, do they learn some basic horsemanship skills with you and learn how to move around horses and how to take care of them? Do they help at all in any feeding or chores?
Yeah, our program starts with learning observation and observing the horses in the herd, what's safe, what's not safe. Safety is very important in what we teach. They have to learn how to read if the horse is feeling bad or if it's something that hurts the horse. They have to feed the horses. They have to learn the feeding process. That's That's part of the classes. They learn how to lead the horse as a partner, so not pulling the horse, but walking with the horse. It's going to be your partner. Communicate with the horse. They have to do it in silence. They have to do it talking. So they learn body language and not talking, and they also learn how to do commands in a gentle way so they can communicate with humans that way. And they are able, if they're interested, to move forward into not only leading, but leading at liberty, which has been done and amazing, and then also riding. And we have basic riding. They can just ride in the round pen with someone, or they can learn, and we've had girls that did independent riding, and we have clothes donated so they can have the whole 9 yards of their riding pants and the boots and the whole thing, the vest, and take pictures of them, and they feel really good about it. So
that is so wonderful. And what age group are the children?
We have from 5 to 17 or almost 18 when they age out. So we had one girl here that was tiny, and she was she was 5, and she was leading one of the big horses, and that horse was just following her instructions through the obstacle course. It was amazing to see. So we teach the same skills throughout the whole, to all age groups. And we try to talk to the older kids that are like middle school and mainly high school into, look, there's so many careers you can do, even if you're not doing what society calls successful in school, getting all A's, and you think you can become a doctor, you can actually work with the horses, and there's so many jobs you can actually do, and it encouraged them to see, that there's something else they can be good at. So
that's wonderful, because we need equine veterinarians badly.
Yes.
So maybe you're raising some of them up here. That's wonderful. Yes. Tell us about your experience with Brad Boland from Lip Chip. You reached out to me. I did a post on social media. Jennifer Ireland, who's wonderful, connected us to Brad from Lip Chip, and he got us some blankets for this cold weekend. So I think that's an amazing thing. And so just share a little bit about your meeting Brad and the Lip Chip connection there.
Well, it was a God-sent thing, because on Thursday I was kind of desperate and crying about what are we going to do. And then I was at the high school and I texted you, and you connected me with Jennifer, and then Jennifer said, you must call Brad. I'm like, okay. So I texted Brad, and it's one of these people that are so available, and he was very friendly and connected and interested, showing like, okay, I want to help you. What do you need? So we kept texting back and forth. I need these sizes. How many can you get of this amount of blankets? He's like, yes, just tell me. What else do you need? So in my experience, it was very helpful and very available, like interested, showing me I care. I'm not doing this just for doing it. I care for the horses, and I care to help your institution, your organization. So
that's wonderful. So they got microchipped.
Yes. And then Friday we're putting the blankets, and we're really excited, taking pictures, and we had the kids helping. And then he texts me, oh, why don't we microchip the horse? And I'm like, okay. I was like, oh my God.
We have to wrap it up. I have one last quick question for Dr. John Sweet. What can we do to help you? How can we help you get funds, and how can we find more information?
Well, obviously, you can go to our website. It's www.hofyr.org. and see some of the things that we're doing. But by and large, we need help with our equine program. People can volunteer, groups can come out and work, they can donate, just about, any level of involvement that people want to help with.
Wonderful. Well, thank you for having us here. Got to wrap it up. Louisa Barton here at the Heart of Florida Youth Ranch. What an incredible place. If you can donate and help them out, show clothes, finances, volunteer, they would love it. So it's been a great visit.
Thank you to our presenting sponsor, Palm Chevrolet, and our broadcast and television sponsor, Larson Hay, and also to our supporting sponsors, Equisafe, Nirvana Medical Spa, Showcase Properties of Central Florida, the Equine Performance and Innovative Center, and Summit Joint Performance.
Hi, I'm Alan Davies with Equine Therapy International. Today we're at Engineered Equine Performance, celebrating the new saltwater chilled treadmill. This particular chilled equine saltwater treadmill is a game changer. As you can see, the finest materials are used. The filtration system, coarse, fine filtration, no chemicals. We use UV, ozone, combination of filtration to keep the highest water chemistry standards. Being a saltwater unit, only the finest stainless steel and materials are used. That's important when it comes to longevity and cost of service over the life of the unit. This unit also has integrated massage jets with fine bubbles and coarse air bubbles for the therapy. The control system on this is Siemens industrial grade, top of the line technology, straight from Germany, but also serviceable here in the US.
World-class equine rehab promoting faster recovery is available at the Equine Performance Center Ocala. Hyperbaric oxygen therapy, an underwater treadmill, a saltwater spa, an aquapacer, MagnaWave, a vibration plate, swimming pool, massage and laser therapies. With post-surgical care, memberships, packages and BOGOs, EPC delivers a rejuvenated horse through proven and innovative rehab. Like Equine Performance Center now on Facebook and find them on the web at epcrehab.com.
This show was brought to you in part by TT Distributors, dedicated to bringing their customers the largest selection of quality horse supplements, products, and farrier supplies in Florida at affordable prices. Also online at ttdistributors.com.
This show is brought to you in part by Summit Joint Performance, promoting a healthy, thick synovial fluid, decreasing inflammation in the joints and improving the cushioning properties of the cartilage pads. All age horses can benefit from Summit Joint Performance.
Hi, this is Hall of Fame jockey Mike Smith. You're listening to the Horse Talk Show.
Back on the final segment this week of the Horse Talk Show, presented by Palm Chevrolet, your hometown Chevy experience. Thank you to Larson Farms, our broadcast sponsor, Idaho's finest alfalfa. Before I actually get back to chatting to Megan, there's a couple of things I wanted to say. First of all, I know that there has been some conversation back and forth about potential botulism in our area and trying to discover the source of that. To anybody who's ever lost a horse, I have been there last year, and I know it's an absolutely horrible, horrible, heartbreaking, devastating experience. So our prayers and thoughts go out to anybody connected to that situation. But I also want to be very cognitive of the fact that Larson Hay has been in business and doing the same sort of business for 20 plus years, and maybe 25. And in this area, and has always been a very, very wonderful, careful, particular company. I have been in their warehouse and never seen as clean a hay warehouse as that. And I've actually been out to Idaho and watched the meticulous way that they process their hay and the great care that Mr. Larson himself takes of the hay. So I want to empathize with people who have concerns. Certainly you should. About your horses, but I want to wait until all of this is, been investigated and cleared up before I say any more. But I just want to say I've never ever seen hay looked after or taken care of the way theirs is stored, and the way that Richard Larson himself takes care with literally every bale. So I just want to say that, and also that prayers and thoughts out there for anybody with any concerns or anyone who has had a sick horse for any reason. As most of you know, my 35-year-old passed away last year and broke my heart. So I know that losing a horse from anything is a very, very heartbreaking experience. So please know that. Here with Megan Moore, we've been talking about cutting and how you got into it. And you weren't a rider, but your husband was, and he soon got you going. And now you're loving it. You're a cutting horse competitor. You recently had a win on Boones, which is when I said, oh, that's someone we should have on the show. Yes. I don't think have we ever had anyone cutting, Gigi? I don't think we have we? No, I think you're our first ever. Oh, and we've been doing the show since 2013. Oh, awesome. So we should have had cutters on before. I want to talk a little bit about Dak. I've been using Dak since 2013, actually. And I'm a huge fan, and I know that...
Absolutely. Oh, for sure. I mean, when you have an operation of 30 to 40 horses at a time, it takes really amazing products to keep everything super consistent and super amazing, especially show ready. I mean, my gelding absolutely loves the pasture licks. They're full of amazing minerals that just help the horse in so many ways, and we use the bloom from Dak's.
Bloom. Oh, I just want to pour that on my cereal or make cookies out of it. It's so delicious.
It smells so good. And so that helps a ton, especially when you have a horse that's exercising so consistently, and there's so much going into the sport and the activity that they have to do for you, like practicing and also during the show. So keeping those horses in shape and healthy is so important.
It really is.
It's a majority of what kind of goes into the show arena is what happens on the outside of the show arena. So using that, and also the DDA for
the digestives.
Yes. Oh my gosh, that's so amazing, especially when you're in Florida with all the sand, and there's lots of things to keep an eye out for. And when you've got so many head of horses, or even just one or two, it can be hard to keep an eye for a lot of those things. So being on top of and ahead of all of those things you really want to stay away from. Dak's supplements are
consistent. They are, aren't they?
Yes.
Definitely. And you've got show horses traveling as well. Many show horses have stomach issues just from the stress of traveling and changing environments, and sometimes even having to change your hay source or something if you're on the road. So how wonderful to have something that balances all that out with the DDA and kind of keeps the stomach nice and settled. And I'm a huge fan of that, and I love the NASC stamp of approval, meaning that the National Association of Supplements has checked that every time you take a scoop, you actually really get what it says. So we love that. We love that that's part of your program.
Absolutely.
I know that makes a difference. And then piranhas are part of your program as well.
Gosh, what a game changer. I mean, when I first met Colby, we were in a different property and location and training facility, and with not quite near as the amount of amazing things we have going on now at our larger facility. And Piranha has put in their spray system in our barn, and the flies before would carry you away in this weather.
I know that feeling.
Oh my goodness. And now it is just, it's amazing. Like the amount of flies that we see is so minimal from not only those spray systems consistently going, and that cuts back to, like, you think that would be so much more than spray, but you probably use that spray so much, whereas those systems just continually spraying into the barn makes such a big difference. And even the spray, like, on the go, oh my goodness, like,
it's wonderful.
So, and it conditioning too.
Yes.
Even when I'm, like, with the cold weather, you know, not wanting to wash my horse's back off or anything, I'll spray that on there and brush that sweat off, and
and you kind of kill two birds with one stone there.
Exactly. And it makes his coat look amazing, and I know when I'm up there I'm not going to be swarmed by flies. So both of those
products are amazing. Yeah. And have you tried the odor way? The odor way in the boots is amazing. I mean, if you've got some smelly boots or a smelly helmet and you put some of that odor way in there, that's an incredible product too. So, and a little, right, exactly, and a little shout out too that Miller and Sons, who's actually the presenting sponsor of our Equine Industry Expo, is actually now an installer for Piranha, and they actually install the fly systems, so they can do your plumbing and install the fly systems at the same time if you happen to need both. But the Piranha fly spray system is certainly a game changer, especially in places that have a lot of flies like we do here in Florida, 100%. And they seem to be coming back already this year.
It is the time of humidity for sure.
It certainly is. So you do some modeling, and you say not professionally, but we don't believe you looking at you, and you run Buckle, and then your husband and your family, obviously, you married into a family who do a lot of cutting and training and have this huge facility with all these horses. Do you have time for anything else? Oh, you do. You had time to come to the show.
Absolutely. I mean, I absolutely love getting involved with the community and not only raising awareness for the store and Buckle, but also for what we have going on at home with the horses. I mean, there's so many things that I have to be grateful for in my day-to-day life, and I love being able to share that with other people too, whether that be like the shopping experience we offer at the store here in Ocala, or being the amount of service and training and the level of performance we offer at the ranch in Williston. So I mean, I definitely can make time to share those things.
We need to go out to the ranch in Williston, Gigi, with the camera.
Absolutely.
Don't you think? That would be kind of fun. I've never done any cutting. Yeah, not this week.
Give you guys a little insight on what goes on behind the show pin for sure.
Maybe we should televise me having a cutting lesson.
Oh, yes.
Look, I've never done it. Why not? The first time for everything.
I have to warn you, you might get addicted.
Really?
Oh, absolutely.
Have we really got 1 minute? Oh my gosh, I can't believe it. Okay, that flew by. That's like a Heather Reynolds. Heather and Jeremy Reynolds, when they're here, it always goes fast. Now you're another one. Well, Megan, I hope you'll come back and be with us again.
Absolutely.
That was lovely. Thank you for sharing your very interesting, very exciting life with us. We hope you all have a wonderful week. We've got a lot going on coming up in the horse world. Whether you are in Ocala, Marion County, or not, the horse capital of the world, happy horsing around till the same time next week.